Have you ever wondered if AI will put your job at risk? Since 2022, many programmers have faced an existential crisis with the rise of artificial intelligence. This fear was amplified by the heart-wrenching layoffs of hundreds of thousands of tech professionals during the same period. Even though many of these layoffs are unrelated to AI, they've added to the fear that career longevity in tech is uncertain.
I'd argue that this has led to a subtle but growing resentment of AI coming from developers. After all, why should we trust and engage with the technology that can threaten our livelihoods?
But is this existential fear truly warranted? I spent a lot of time thinking about this question. Maybe you have too. At the core of this crisis is how we see ourselves. We tend to define ourselves as simply programmers.
But here's the thing. My core skill isn't JavaScript or any of the other programming languages that I know. I'm sure yours isn't either. At the end of the day, the programming tools that we use, whether they are languages, frameworks, or libraries, are really implemented because the nature of the problem that we're trying to solve necessitates that we use those specific tools. But at the end of the day, we're much less than just programmers. More so, we're problem solvers. In fact, I think you'd agree. If you give me any kind of problem, give me a few hours, a couple cups of coffee, and more likely than not, I'll have the same problem that you gave me solved and delivered to you with white glove service if you want. Sometimes I use programming languages, sometimes I don't. But when I do, it's because the problem necessitated the programming languages. And if I don't, hey man, then I just didn't need to use them that time. So I think it's a limiting paradigm in some regard to just think of ourselves as programmers. More deeply, more profoundly, what we really are is problem solvers.
The key is the problem dictates the necessary tools, not vice versa. Programming is just one tool in our problem-solving toolkit. As the problems we face evolve, we must adapt to whatever tools best help us meet the challenge. Moreover, if the problems stay the same, but we get better tools, why wouldn't we use them? AI isn't a threat in this context. It's an asset.
And as an asset, I think that we as problem solvers can do ourselves a huge favor by utilizing this tool in AI to solve new and more complex problems. Problems that AI is unique at being able to solve, and problems that are difficult, if not impossible, to solve with a programming paradigm, which is what we traditionally work in. Stuff like being able to analyze patterns across complex data sets, or also being able to apply a human-like form of complex reasoning to a given problem and outputting something that is useful to you and to your end user. Speaking of programming languages, a lot of the tooling for being able to work with AI is effectively in Web 2 style software development kits, often in a programming language that you're comfortable in working with. So I encourage you guys to get out there and build something useful with this tool. Find a complex problem, something that's worth solving, and implement the tool. If you're just a programmer, then you might hesitate at taking action. But if you're a problem solver, hopefully this video gets the gears in your brain turning. You never know. The world might just need the solution that you have in mind. So, get out there and build something useful.